is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me is that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And we got Big Mike.
What's up, guys? Big preview.
I see you guys in there blowing up the chat, wondering what. Yeah. How far have we come in 6 years, So,
but it's funny when you give out free stuff. Suddenly, everyone's joining the chat.
If we would have realized this years ago,
yeah,
we'd be broke by now because we didn't have
well,
that much stuff to give away.
Yeah. So, well, thank you everybody for joining us on this week's episode of the WrestleCast. It is TNA week in San Antonio. Victory Road is in town. They'll be taping some episodes of TNA Impact the next day on Saturday. And then, of course, RCW GO RCW GO has a show on Sunday. So if you're in town for TNA, stick around for a day. Go check out RCW if you can.
Also, because I'm at RCW show, a TNA superstar has answered the challenge of their champion, Bo Amir. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But, like you said, TNA weekend.
They named who it was?
No. But
okay.
It is a TNA superstar.
They haven't announced that, yes. If you are not familiar with that, yes, the RCW Championship will be on the line. Bo Amir defending against a member of the TNA roster. I hope it's Jordan Grace, but I doubt that. Anyway,
oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Let's get this show started here with a little bit of wrestling news. Mike, are we going to go through the giveaway now? Are we going to hang on to it a little bit?
I think the plan is to keep you guys around. We are going to preview TNA Victory Road. We'll make our predictions. And I think we'll wait to the very end. So there is a couple of things we want you to do, guys, while you're waiting, while you're hanging out with us. First of all, Sean, that is a great match.
Yes.
I'm down for that.
For sure.
If you have not done so already,
it's not a great match at all. It's a terrible match.
Yeah.
Please go like our Facebook page. Make sure you like that. Share the stream if you want. And then as we get closer, throw in the chat your favorite TNA superstar or favorite TNA moment from your years or your time watching.
Why do I feel like that's going to show people's age when they do that? I'm just,
Look, I was telling you a little bit before that. First of all, shout out to Boomtown Sports Cards and Collectibles who had the signing. They had 3 TVs on showing TNA shows from about 2010 to 2013. I think we figured out between the 3 of them. At one point, Angle was in every match that was being shown at 3 different times. And as Tommy pointed out, 3 slightly different facial hair things going on.
Yeah, it was like you could almost tell like what point of his life he was in because of his facial hair.
Yeah.
Before and after he met his wife, right?
Yeah.
Just remembering when he debuted in TNA, the shock, the surprise. Mike, I remember being at your place. My friend Jesse was there. We were watching, I forget what pay-per-view it was, thinking there's no way. They just surprised us. Every pay-per-view there was a surprise. At the very end, they played the promo. Kurt Angle was coming to TNA. It was just
real.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then honestly, I know we can talk about this forever, but that promo when he actually meets up with Samoa Joe and headbutts him.
Following Thursday. Yes, for sure. All right, well, a little bit of wrestling news to discuss here. For those that don't know, if you're tuning into Fox to watch SmackDown this Friday, you're not going to see SmackDown. SmackDown has made the move to USA starting this week, by the way. So if that does affect your DVR, make sure you check that out too as well. And I believe it's going to be 3 hours now, starting this week.
Yeah, I heard that, and
I heard that was for the premiere show. I don't know if that's from now on per se. I could be wrong from the last I heard.
We'll see. At least for the premiere show, it'll be 3 hours. Maybe going forward, we'll see. On a related note, as you know, Raw will be moving to Netflix in January. The contract that USA currently has for Raw is set to expire I think at the end of this month or in October. They did extend it through the end of the year, but with the small caveat, Raw will only be 2 hours starting October. Was it October 7th, the first
I
Monday?
think so, yeah.
Yeah. So from that Monday forward, at least through the end of the year, Raw is only going to be 2 hours on USA. I'm sure they got some new program they want to get. Maybe there's a new season of Silk Stockings that's going to debut after the first Raw.
Speaking of aging yourself.
I know. So yeah, exactly right.
No,
So
Mom, I don't know what comes on after Raw. I'm just going to leave the TV on for a little bit. No big deal.
and finally, this Tuesday, NXT will move to the CW. Is going to be in Chicago. Roxanne Perez will be defending the NXT Women's Championship against Julia. That match has been set.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Edge!
Yes. I want to see what else. Ethan Page is defending against Trick Williams. Correct? Yeah. He won the last man standing match. And hell of a show. I wonder if any TNA superstars will be there. A couple made an appearance. Hammerstone challenged Oba Femi, and man, if anybody could make Oba, oh, what a match! Yes.
Big meaty man slacking meat.
Yeah, you know, Big E
Great.
enjoyed that one.
Great match. And then Jordan Grace, Sol Ruca answered an open challenge from Jordan Grace. Hell of a showing. But Jordan Grace did get attacked by Wendy Chu, who is going. That match is going to be by Wendy Chu and Rosemary, I should say. And that match is going to actually be taking place this Friday. Yeah.
I'm okay with bringing Wendy Chu into the what is their world
Dark
called?
Dimension.
The Dark
Yeah.
Dimension that TNA has done really well with. Should be fun. More
Yes.
Jada Parker chilling with the match.
And another match announced
Actually,
for
you know
Tuesday.
what? I'm kind of with B Ninja on that one. I am.
Another match announced for Tuesday, by the way, also is Wesley and Zachary Wentz in a Chicago street fight on NXT. So
Yeah.
Tuesday is a stacked show. I think there's also a scheduled appearance by CM Punk, among other things. And maybe the Bloodline again, because they showed up, because God knows what they're doing right now. So let's talk briefly about All Out. Full disclosure, none of us have gotten to see the show yet. There's just been a lot going on between the craziness of college football for me and wallowing in my sorrows that my Roadrunners sucked ass this past Saturday, and my wife has bragging rights for the year. Yeah, they did. But at least Notre Dame lost. It kind of took the sting off because that was a hell of a shocker. Yeah. And Texas beating Michigan the way they did. Oh, boy. It's not looking good for my Roadrunners in Austin this year. If you want to hear my whole rant about it, go check out the latest episode of the Sports Minorities podcast. I go off for a good 5-10 minutes. But some results from All Out. This show has gotten a lot of
Wait. Just,
what's up?
Real quick, you said that wrong. Not the results. The court cases from All Out. The are pending, but the cases are attempted murder, murder in the first degree, and manslaughter.
And that was just the main event.
John Moxley, that was aggravated assault. Also, ironically, murder in the first degree. Pac was murdered in the second degree, and same as Claudio. I think. What did Maria Shafir get charged with? I can't remember. I think that was just like involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of glad that all this TNA stuff is going on this weekend, because if I had to stop and really focus on what happened after that title match and the person who got it started, I'm in a really mixed place right now.
That's fair.
Although, for what it's worth, Mox cut a pretty fire promo. A cold open on Dynamite. I've seen that. I haven't seen all of.
What year are you in, B Ninja? Jesus, that is an old one. Golly. You're just prepping for City of the Wolves at this point. So, yeah, I'm with you there. Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get a chance to go more in depth next week. Once we've been able to see all the matches. But that is a little tough. As those of you who have been here a while know my love for Claudio.
Yeah, quick results here. MJF defeated Daniel Garcia. Young Bucks retained over BCC. Ospreay retained over Pac. Statlander defeated Willow Nightingale in a street fight. Okada defeated Briscoe, Cassidy, and Takeshita to retain the Continental Championship. Mercedes Moné retained the TBS Championship. And Bryan Danielson retained the AEW World Championship over Jack Perry. But the attack afterward that Mike mentioned, they're really pushing the envelope with this stuff. And with the whole plastic bag and everything, that's just crazy imagery. So much so that AEW will not share that image on social media anymore, but for good reason.
Real quick though, here, Jason, I haven't seen everything tonight, so I don't know if I missed something, but according to Moxley's promo, it actually feels like maybe there's a rebirth of what BCC was supposed to be, because their tagline seems to be "Diplomacy has failed, war is on." I call for war. So.
And also something else that we missed tonight. Apparently, Nigel McGuinness challenged Bryan Danielson at Grand Slam.
Oh, finally!
Anybody's going to bring Nigel out of retirement. My goodness.
We were hanging out with TNA stars, which is why we didn't get to watch Dynamite either. But sounds like a hell of a lot going on.
I don't think for people who know me, like you guys know me. For those of you who don't, that is a huge deal for me. Because I remember getting the DVDs, literally, and not even the compilation. Like I ordered the individual DVDs of their feud from like the shows, and then I got the compilation DVDs so I could just watch them all in one shot. And to know that I'm getting that one more time, I don't care if it's the last time, dude. I'm so ready.
It's amazing. Yeah. Then finally we had the. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say Star Wars stuff. Stop flirting with me online. All right, we're on a stream right now. Not the place, man. Not the place.
Finally, of course, Adam Page defeated Swerve Strickland in the Lights Out Steel Cage match, officially unsanctioned, but that share shot that they've shared images of. Obviously, it was a gimmicked chair, but it still looks devastating. Still sounds devastating. Still very difficult to watch, knowing what we know now about concussions and everything. But my God, there's a lot to that match. I feel like we need to that's one of those matches you just need to like. Just watch what you like. Don't get the kids around for that. It's been very violent. The clips online are insane. But this is really, it sounds like this is a show where AEW is really starting to push that envelope a little bit. I think they know, of course, with whether it's because Raw is moving to Netflix and they're going to push up the Attitude Era rebirth thing going on here, the TV14. Maybe AEW is kind of getting a jump on that. Who knows? But man,
okay. So with that in mind, actually, my feeling has been that this was like the closest they could come to like a Hell in a Cell without a Hell in a Cell, because Hangman and Swerve have been pushing each other to that point. So, honestly, I really don't feel like it's one of the cases where it's like, this is them pushing the envelope. This is them taking the feud to its logical conclusion. Well, not conclusion, because I'm sure that they'll have to have a loser has to actually avoid getting charged with murder case match. Which at this point, Hangman, dude, you're already on the clock for when the trial starts. But no, I feel like that's like like how they just chose to do it in their way. It was only marginally more violent than anything ECW ever did on any given night, and I can't stress the word marginally enough.
One of my favorite things is a story from Foley's book. Not to get too far off, but talking about ECW, where they had this. I think it was him and Funk. Had this big hardcore match planned, and the first match they throw out there is a first blood battle royal, basically. So it's like you get eliminated by bleed, and he's like, that's where we're starting? He's like, okay, what do we have to do? But but it's obviously it's different. WWE's not going to get away with that stuff on USA, on Fox. And I'd be hesitant for people who think that going to Netflix, they're going to turn into like X-rated Attitude Era.
Yeah.
They still have a fan base with a lot of young people.
Yeah.
Cody is turning into the John Cena who's inspiring the younger kids. And I get that. And that's great for it. Will they maybe blood at certain times that maybe you didn't see it, or where they'll be cussing maybe a little bit more. But if people really think WWE is going to be like extreme ECW, lewd stuff, like I think that's a little over the top.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I really don't see them going that far. I see them being edgier, like and everything, like with
maybe a few more cuss words here and there on TV.
Yeah, but it's not gonna get. And honestly, okay.
Chuck Taylor wishes he was in WWE right now.
Right? And honestly, it's like even with AEW, it's not like they do it all the time. It's like they'll swear more, but like that level of violence, like with the cage match, that doesn't happen all the time. It just happens when the feud gets there.
Someone also pointed out like the dichotomy of All In to All Out.
Yes. Oh God, so good.
All in with matches and all this stuff, and then all out like violence. So yeah, it's a little bit.
It's so good.
All right. Well, as I've realized I didn't change the crawl on here. My bad. I'm like just catching up on stuff here. All right.
You're good.
As far as our pick results, Tommy went 4-3, Mike 5-2, and I went 7-0 on All Out.
You
tested All Out.
Yeah, I tested it. I was like, wow, crazy. So, again, I'm gonna be looking for. I'm planning to be watching this within the coming weeks. Now that I've settled down a bit from the football thing after this past weekend, so yeah,
yes,
sure.
you because of the football, you needed to win. That's why you tested because you needed to win after the.
I needed it for sure. It
Yeah.
definitely, for sure. So that was a hell of a day, but yeah. So
yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into our Victory Road preview, guys.
Yeah.
This is just
Free
exciting
tickets!
whenever
Oh.
TNA comes to town. Yes, we'll have that as well. We're gonna make some predictions. Follow along with us as well in the chat as we go through match by match. Let us know what your predictions are. This is actually stacking
I promise
up.
I'm not getting germs on your tickets, guys. Don't worry.
As a TNA Plus special, this is actually pretty stacked. There's, it's. I mean, we're getting a hell of a treat down here in San Antonio, and with the Impact tapings the next day, there's going to be a lot. So first, we're going to start this off. Joe Hendry versus Josh Alexander. Yeah, I know. I was waiting for you guys.
My family sent my bad.
The only match without a title on the line is Joe Hendry versus Josh Alexander starting it off here. Tommy, who do you think is going to win this one?
It actually is hard to call. I'm gonna go ahead and go Joe Hendry though, because I feel like he's still kind of a high, and like Josh Alexander is becoming angrier, and this will make him angrier. So that's why I feel like that's why.
All right, Mike.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of following the same line of thinking. I know TNA wasn't brave enough. I mean, NXT wasn't brave enough to pull the trigger with Joe Hendry, but yeah, Sean. No, I'm kidding. But I agree. I think with Alexander being the heel, I think Hendry getting that win and pissing him off could lead to actually a post match beatdown. But
yeah,
I
can see that.
Let me go ahead and write my son's name next to Joe Hendry too, because I know he's going to be picking this one. Full disclosure, I'm not going to be going to Victory Road, unfortunately, but I am planning to watch it on TNA Plus with my son. I think it's just late on a Friday, and my daughter has this tournament the next day. It's going to be a long day, so make sure we're rested for sure.
And
but I'm planning to watch it.
I don't know if I'll be there. I'm trying to wait and see. I'm waiting for word. So
the chat looks like they're mostly going Hendry too.
So it looks like it. All right, Knockouts Tag Team Championship: the Militia versus Spitfire. The stipulation here is that if Spitfire loses, they must disband as a team. So this potentially could be the last time Danny Luna and Jody Threat are teaming up. Mike, who do you think is winning this one?
I hate when they put that stipulation on a match. I'm going to go out on a limb and go with Spitfire to save their team, get a championship run. Yeah, I'm not 100% confident, but like I hate that stipulation.
Yeah, it is.
Most of the time, it's like, okay, well, it's fairly like when the Bucks. No, I don't know. Someone did it not too long ago, and I was like, well, that's pretty obvious. But here, not quite as much. But I think they'll stick around for a bit.
Okay, looks like Sean's taking Spitfire as well.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Militia on this one. God, this is one of those 50-50 either way. I feel like Spitfire just had a title, but I think maybe they have something planned for Danny Luna and Jody Threat. Maybe that's like a next feud. One of those things where like they lose and they start fighting each other. Who knows? But I'm going with the Militia on this one to retain. Tommy, what about you?
I'm going Spitfire, kind of for like the opposite yet same reason you were going for the Militia. I feel like they might split them up. And have Masha Slamovich go for the maybe the Knockouts title, because I feel like if anyone's an actual threat to Jordynne Grace, it's Masha. Like she's about the only person I can think of.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's true.
I mean, like across the entire TNA roster. Well, maybe Moose, but I don't think he wants the Knockouts Championship. But he's about the only other person on their roster. Oh wait, no, PCO.
I wouldn't put past Moose for crying. He'll go after whatever he wants at this point.
So Tommy got some interviews earlier this evening.
No, some of them were pretty quick, but we managed to grab.
Yeah, we may be showing footage of your Nemeth interview here in a little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
Sweet.
But I do want to throw in. Tommy got to ask the question that we've talked about on this show quite a bit, and that was his cashing in with Josh Alexander and the Family in the Ring.
Oh, with Moose? Oh my God, I can't wait to see that. I want to see how. Yeah, for sure. All right, another tag team title match. This one is ABC, Ace Austin and Chris Bay defending against the System, the team of Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards. Look, I'm of the think whenever ABC holds a title, it's like they're damn near unstoppable, and I feel like I can't pick against them ever. Are you guys with me on that? Like, is it still ABC or do you think the System's taking it?
I feel like this is their latest shot, so that's why I thought they're gonna do it this time. Well, hold on. When did they last have them? Let me see.
TNA, why do you always make your card so difficult to choose?
Yeah, it's like they actually try with their booking or something.
I mean, the only thing not the only thing, but I do have to give them credit for not having like a 6-person gauntlet match.
Thank God.
Unless there's still time. They still have Impact on Thursday.
Well, that's fair. Good point.
Well, I mean, there was one person at the signing who we see didn't have a match yet, so.
Also.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? No, you know what? I'm sticking with ABC because the System had them lost it to them back at Slammiversary. Nah, I'm sticking with ABC.
Yeah, see, Sean saying ABC, Gavin saying ABC, Toilet Bowl Comedy Podcast says the System. Mike, what about you? I'm taking ABC.
I'm gonna go with ABC too. Same thing. Okay. I think they're one of the ones where you go with them until they actually lose it because they usually keep them for a while.
All right, X Division Championship: Zachary Wentz versus Mike Bailey. Tommy, what do you think on this one?
Would he lose it that fast? But the Wesley cloud is still hovering.
Okay, see,
that's my problem.
Shows up.
That's my problem because the Wesley cloud is still hanging. By the way, it's really weird to say that name because it's. I have to put the emphasis on the space, and I don't do that when I say that name because that's my name.
You imagine the pop if Wesley showed up and cost him the title? How crazy that would be!
I know, and that's why I'm like,
I
don't know. So I'm gonna say Zachary Wentz with a question mark. So Zachary Wentz.
The way RCW is putting question marks behind the women's championships when they call.
Okay, first of all, that's just a gigantic mess that I need somebody to fix for me because my head's starting to hurt. Because it means Callie still has a belt, and I just can't. I don't like living in that timeline. Anyway, what were we talking about? Beat Ninja, get off our chat. Okay.
Only gonna be one blade.
Okay.
Yeah. Mike, who you pick? Tommy, you said Zachary Wentz with a question mark.
Yeah,
Mike,
I said Zachary Wentz with a question mark.
I think I'm going to go Zachary Wentz too. It could actually be more of Wesley getting involved and causing a disqualification or a no
fracas.
contest.
Yeah.
A brouhaha, if you will.
I'm okay. This is where I'm surprised. Yes, I think Wesley's going to show up. Yes, I think Wesley is going to cost Zachary the title. And a big reason, part of it too, is that when you have somebody come from another company that has a championship on them, in every respect, you're trying to protect that championship a little bit. And if you have Zachary Wentz going into Tuesday's NXT show into a street fight holding the X Division title, it kind of maybe puts a little hindrance on how you book that match. Like you almost think Zachary has to win that, right? But what if Wesley costs him the title here at Victory Road? And it gives Zachary a little extra. You imagine that street fight will be a little bit more violent on Tuesday between Wesley and Zachary Wentz. So they're leading up to that. I think Wesley's going to show up and cost the title. I think Mike Bailey is going to be walking away with the X Division title when this is all said and done. And that's going to put a lot of eyes on that street fight on Tuesday. I'll tell you that. So, all right. Knockouts Championship. Jordan Grace versus Wendy Chu, with probably an appearance by Rosemary at some point.
Never
Mike,
hurt my feelings when that happens.
yeah. What do you think, Mike?
I'm gonna go with Jordan Grace on this one. With all due respect to Wendy Chu, and I have enjoyed.
Sorry, that popped up. Interesting.
Gavin's, that'd be crazy.
That could also work.
X Division title defended on NXT TV. Nice.
Imagine if Lee wins it
I
then.
was like, what if he wins it? Like they don't have a TNA belt. Ew.
But anyways, I do enjoy Wendy Chu's kind of redone character here.
Me too.
But it's going to take the entire Dark Dimension to even have a chance against Jordan Grace. So
she kind of is the juggernaut at this point. She starts running and just doesn't stop.
Pretty much, yes.
One person picking Wendy Chu here.
Ooh, Toilet Bowl.
Toilet Bowl is, but it's not gonna be me. Yeah, I'm going with Jordan Grace. I'm at a point right now where it's like I'm picking her till she loses because she's damn near unstoppable. Tommy, what about you?
Yeah, Jordan Grace. I see no logical reason to pick against her at this point. I bet it's why we need, like, I think, like her and Roxanne Perez need like a 30-minute Iron Woman match just to like finally settle this, because they both have taken out all challengers.
Yeah.
So
let's see. Jason says Jordan. Punk with attitude says he can't decide. B Ninja, Karen Q always have a dog for, but Grace retains, and then J3 is Grace. Angel goes with Jordan. All right.
cool.
And finally, the TNA Championship, Nick Nemeth against Moose. This was the first match announced on the card, and I want to play a little bit of this, so let's see if this works here. Here we go.
What's up, Hills and Baby Faces? It is me, that guy Tommy, with Countdown City WrestleCast, and I'm here with the absolute best, the world champion, Mr. Nick Nemeth. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, especially now that I know them the absolute best.
I mean,
About the court?
well,
I'm just glad Moose was just close enough to hear it. I know you might have been, hey, here's Moose. He's the second best at best. Yeah, all right.
I'm not going to make it out of here alive.
Become the number one contender.
Well, first of all, it's an honor to get to talk to you. TNA Victory Road is this Friday. How much are you looking forward to it being back in San Antonio and everything?
Very much so. When I got to the airport, it takes a little effort to look around and go, oh, right, I've been at this airport hotel area 37 other times. I'm like, there's the Chipotle, there's the LA Fitness, there's the hotel that I'm going to. And I just know the best part about it really is not just knowing where you are once in a while, but it's having, I know the tradition that goes into Texas wrestling.
Right.
I know the Von Erichs. I know the Freebirds.
Yeah.
One of my mentors at work was Michael Hayes, and he just tell me stories. So I know and feel and hear those crowds out there.
Yeah.
I love getting back to San Antonio. You can say that about any city, blah, blah, blah. I'm so great to be here in Syracuse. It's different when you're in Texas and you're in the city that you know you felt those crowds.
Yeah.
Like you feel it in your body. You get like the tingles on your arms when you go out there. Like the tradition is there, but also they are great fans for wrestling.
Yeah, this is an absolute wrestling town. I tell people who don't know about it, like you literally every weekend you can look. There's a show happening somewhere in San Antonio,
and that's the best part of it. It's not always just one company or two or three. There is independent wrestling all over the place. Half the stuff that I've never even heard of, but you're like, no, it's right down the road. Or Saturday, I talked to Hernandez. They got a show Sunday. And it's like everybody's got shows going on. I'm like, I love hearing that it's not just a great time for 3 wrestling companies. It's a great time for like 300,000 wrestling companies.
There's like 4 schools going right now. They all have like classes tonight too.
I love that. It's good to see so many people involved in wrestling, and in a world where it's really easy to speak negatively about anything.
Yeah.
When you go like, hey, this is great. TNA's numbers are up. We're gonna probably sell out on Friday night. Like this, it's like it makes me so happy because I know the hard work that the roster has put in, but also the people behind the scenes with TNA.
Yeah.
Even Scott Demore recruiting me into TNA. You know he's not there. His part that he's done to lay that infrastructure for like the plan to just slowly build it back up.
Try to pause it. All right. So, yeah, that's a little taste of it. The full interview is going to be available. Is it on our YouTube yet, Mike, or are they going to be working?
I don't know if Ted's got it up, but it should be up by tomorrow morning. Also with Tommy's 2 other interviews. Tommy, who else did you get to talk to while you were there?
I got to talk to Moose,
oh boy,
contender, and one and only Laredo Kid, who's
nice.
Just happy to see his success, man.
Okay, so I do want to share this story from before they got there, right? Because we had all gotten there a little early. We were waiting for them to get in from the airport and stuff, or get in from wherever they were. And at the table for the signing, it was set up as Nick Nemeth, Moose, Laredo Kid. No big deal. They sound like they're about 10 minutes out, and one of the ladies comes in. She goes, or one of the guys from Boomtown goes and like takes Moose's picture off, and he's like, and we're like, oh, is Moose not able to make it? He's like, no. Moose said he is not sitting right next to Nick Nemeth at the thing. So then they finally show up, and it's Nick Nemeth, Laredo Kid in the middle, and Moose on the side.
Because if anybody's gonna break up Nick Nemeth and Moose,
exactly. Why did they put Laredo Kid in that spot?
Poor Laredo Kid was they're like, what could I possibly have done?
Oh my gosh! Somebody called Gil. Kim, you had a better shot if he
But they were professionals.
They were.
Yeah.
I mean, after Nick Nemeth's comment, I didn't think I was going to make it out of there.
Obviously, you did. Yeah. So, was the Moose interview after that or before that?
Actually, it was before that. But
okay.
Luckily, it was further apart, and they didn't hear what the other said.
Okay.
They're probably going to know now.
All right. Well, most everybody is taking Nick Nemeth here. I'm going to say I'm pretty sure Nick Nemeth is going to return. We saw John Layfield. There's no Bradshaw on his name right now.
Yeah.
John Layfield at Emergence.
Yeah.
He's back in his home state. I'm pretty sure he's going to be there showing the horns. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be somehow involved with this, helping Nick Nemeth retain. And it's even then, this is like a sleeper classic. Everyone thinks the size difference.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah. Well, but Nemeth can go. This is one that's going to really showcase both of them. But I think Nick Nemeth is going to retain here. Mike, what about you? Well, let's hold Tommy last because he interviewed both of them. Mike, what about you here?
I'm going to go with Nemeth, and I'm glad I'm making this pick not at the store while they're both there.
You could have paid me to make this. No. They didn't have to interview them. Oh, hell no.
Because even in casual clothes with his glasses on, Moose is an intimidating looking dude.
He's like 6'8". I'm exaggerating, but dude, he's tall.
Yeah.
I do not want to get on his bad side.
In the NFL for crying out loud. Yeah.
I am going to go with Nemeth on this one. I kind of expect him to have a pretty long reign with it. I mean, he can go with anybody, and he makes every match look good. So.
Okay.
JP, I will talk about dogs.
I was trying to hold it together, but I started laughing when I saw that.
All right, and Tommy, who are you picking?
I'm going Nick Nemeth. I feel like he's going to have a pretty decent reign with this, but yeah, I agree. I also feel like it's going to be a hell of a match. I mean, you got these two. Moose has really done a great job making himself a contender for the title, one of the best right now. He's like. He's a big dude, but he can really move, and he's got the athleticism, and he's really done the work to make himself better. So I feel like these two guys are going to just have a great match. So I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
Yep.
Wow. Let's see. Nick Nemeth, Nick retains. Random I hate Hernandez comment in there.
And shout out to Poke with Attitude when you say congratulations to me. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
that was very nice.
Dude is tall comment. Pretty sure that's about Moose, and then
Jason was about
Moose.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. Having this event in San Antonio is amazing. There's Bernsey saying Nick retains as well. We made our predictions. Let's give you a little bit of details. Victory Road, Friday, September 13th, 7 p.m. Central Time. I believe the pre-show starts at 6 or 6:30. I'm not too sure. At the Boeing Center at Techport in San Antonio, Texas. Tickets are still available. Check out the TNA website for the link. I think they start at $20 for general admission. Your fees run about $10 for the GA tickets. So it'll be about $30 per ticket for GA. If you're not able to make it for whatever reason, you can watch this on TNA Plus. It is a TNA Plus exclusive show. Now, Mike, I think everyone in the chat is waiting for this. You got the tickets there?
All right, guys, it's been a great show.
Oh my God, that'll be so messed up, but it'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the deal. We are giving them out in pairs.
Yep.
Right. So
and they're for Saturday. Don't forget
4 pairs. Right. So these are for the Saturday show. Here's a few other things before we get started. You have to be either in the San Antonio area or willing to come into the San Antonio area so we can get you these tickets.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we are not leaving them at will call or whatever. More than likely, I am going to be visiting or making arrangements with you guys to pick up these tickets somewhere Thursday or Friday after I get out of work, basically. So we're happy y'all are here, but we need y'all to be able to do so. So is everybody in?
I think everyone is in. I see a lot of comments. Let's give it a second. Everybody, because I see a lot of I'm in San Antonio already, and
Yeah. Question,
Okay.
Mike, are we having
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You guys meet at the quarry, right? And bring your best weapons.
no.
And the last 4 of you standing gets the ticket.
All right,
What?
hold on. Y'all
Hang
go ahead and
on,
talk for a second. I'm gonna.
Okay.
Mike's pulling up something here, yeah. So
Do this Mortal Kombat
if you
style,
haven't
baby.
already, please go and like our Facebook page, Countdown City WrestleCast.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Do. Okay, no, we'll get copyright strike if I keep that up. So yeah, let me stop.
All right, so what I need Tommy or JC for you to start doing is reading me the names that that want to be in the chat.
Okay.
So I see J3 Customs, Sean Cotner.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Okay, J3 Customs,
Mhm.
Sean.
Punk with Attitude.
Okay.
Gavin Henderson.
Sorry. This is the best.
I'm getting
What's going on?
J3 Customs, I hitting everybody with a backstabber taking the tickets. That was hilarious.
All right, keep going.
I
know Angel was in there earlier.
Angel
right?
was in there. Yeah, she's still there.
Did you get the Toilet Bowl Comedy Podcast?
Toilet Bowl Comedy Podcast. I think that's the name I was missing.
Yeah.
Guys, if y'all are listening and then we haven't called your name, we got J3 Custom, Sean Cotner, Punk with Attitude, Gavin Henderson, Angel, Toilet Bowl Comedy Podcast. B Ninja, you in this?
I think B Ninja's in this. Yeah.
KG, you in this?
CIJA is in it. Burnsy, are you in this? Jason, are you in?
Mm-hmm. Did you get Gavin?
Bernsey,
Did you
if you
get?
can make it to San Antonio, I'll put you in.
Did you
Yeah,
get
Bernsey.
Gavin?
Gavin
Mike?
Henderson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just,
Who else?
Angel, Punk with Attitude. Did you get him?
Got Punk with Attitude. So again, let me go through the names I have right now. I have J3 Custom, Sean Cotner, Punk with Attitude, Gavin Henderson, Angel, Toilet Bowl Comedy Podcast, B Ninja, CIJA, Jason, Bernsey. Anybody else in the chat with us who wants in on these tickets?
JB the second, John Biela. I just saw him jump in.
John, no, he just put his JB second. I don't know if he's in or not. So
okay.
Well, we'll put it and see.
Jason and Eric B Ninja says
Bernsy's in.
No, I think John Biela's in. JC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason is in too. So.
Yep.
Whoa. We're just gonna do a spinner, bro. I'm not into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, okay, yeah. John, you're in. Okay, so
John, you're in. So
John Biela the second, he's in.
All right. Are you sharing your screen doing this, Mike, or what?
Yes.
All right.
Dang, Punk. I'll let you get me in.
Somebody really wants tickets.
All right, can y'all see that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so this is for the first pair.
It's spinning. Yeah. So
let's go. First pair.
Big money, big money, big money.
First pair goes to CIGA.
Nice.
Yeah, all right.
Congratulations. So CIGA, send a message to either our Instagram so I can get your info. We can
or Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
So we can start figuring out a place to meet. All right. So that is the first pair. We're going to remove you from the spinner. And then
the
we're
spinner.
spinner.
Marie said it's the spinner of truth.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Here's the second one.
Come on, big money,
give it
big
a nice
money,
little,
big money,
give
big
it a nice
money.
little spinner-rooney.
B Ninja.
B Ninja.
You got the second pair for Saturday. Again, these are Saturday. I think the doors open at 6 or something. They'll. You have the
Let me see if I can find the details. But yeah, it is
Yeah,
this
so B
Saturday.
Ninja, you got the second pair.
This
We're
is
moving
for the
you.
Impact. This is for the Impact tapings,
Right.
not for Victory Road, but for the Impact tapings on
Saturday night.
On Saturday,
Yep.
yeah. For the Impact tapings, yeah.
All right, we got 2 more pairs. Cross your fingers.
Big money, big money, big money.
No whammies, no whammies. Oof.
Oh, Gavin Henderson.
Gavin Henderson. Angel Marie Boo.
I know.
So close. But one more chance. All right, we got one more chance for the rest of you guys. One last pair. Let's go.
Big money, big money, big money. Who we got? Who we got?
Angel.
Angel, you got the last pair.
Wow.
Oh, so sorry, Punk with attitude.
Oh man, that was crazy, yo.
Oh.
Wow. All right, so CIJA, B Ninja, Gavin Henderson, and Angel Marie are our winners of the 4 pairs of tickets for the TNA Impact tapings.
Message either the Countdown City WrestleCast Facebook or the Instagram so I can start setting up. I can meet y'all either tomorrow night or Friday, depending on how far I have to go for everybody. Probably by around 6 o'clock because I get out of work or whatever.
Yeah.
I can meet y'all somewhere in the middle. I'm kind of on the southwest side of town. Let's say around 90 and 410, 90 and 1604. So we'll set stuff up. This is for Saturday night, so we have 2 nights to get these 2. These are not for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So if all of y'all are good, we'll set something up. If for any reason anybody who won is not eligible, we'll throw someone on our socials and
people already making plans here. It's great.
Hey, look, there are 2 tickets, guys.
Hey, there's 2 tickets, so that's like
2 tickets per person. Now,
just
some details on this. So we gave you the details for Victory Road. The Impact tapings are Saturday. The doors, it says provisional food hall doors open at 4:15. The doors to the arena open at 5:45, and the Impact tapings will start at 6:30 p.m. That is through the eTix website. If you don't have tickets, if you didn't get the tickets through the giveaway, and you still want to go to etix.com, etix.com. That is where you can purchase tickets both for Victory Road and the TNA Wrestling Impact tapings. They also have, I believe, a package where you can get like both days in one. Something I don't know if there's much of a discount on it, but anyway. So they do have individual seating. They do have general admission available. Go check it out. Also, I believe military does get a discount. Military tickets are only $10 for military. Nice. Yeah, so very cool.
Yeah,
cool. So congratulations, guys, and thanks for everyone who joined in. We got a little bit more to talk about before we
do
the show here.
A bit also TNA involved with this one. We'll quickly talk about RCW's event on Sunday. They just happened to book this event, and then lo and behold, TNA is coming to town. But RCW's Go RCW GO 2 is Sunday, and there is going to be a member of the TNA roster there.
Right. We'll go through the whole thing. I don't know if you want to make picks, but we'll talk about it. Yes, Jason, this is the Saturday show.
Yes.
It's not the pay-per-view Friday. It's not Victory Road.
Yes, the ticket giveaway. So Victory Road is Friday. The Impact tapings are Saturday, and then RCW is on Sunday. It's a stacked weekend of wrestling here. So, Mike, what is on the card for Go RCW GO 2?
All right, so we got several title matches beyond the heavyweight title match. We have a lumberjack match. Unfortunately, not a lumberjack strap match. Not those.
The good old days.
knows how fun those can be. So
they're a blast. Yep.
But this is for the International Championship, which Diego Rene currently holds. And he's going one-on-one with Alex Arsenal, who is really got a lot of momentum going. Has really turned into quite the fan favorite there at RCW. Last time, Diego literally had to leave in a car to not lose that title. But this time they said, nope, Lumberjacks. So that should be fun. Good to see who all is involved with that. We also have, for the Future Legends Championship, two of the top rising stars in Texas. We have the champion Devin Carter taking on the babyface backbreaker Casey Blackrose. Both of those who have been interviewed in the past, right here on Countdown City WrestleCast. And that is going to be a hell of a match. Those two are killing it all over Texas as we speak. And I know they're very familiar with each other. They train with each other. We know they're both hybrid guys. But yeah, it's going to be a hell of a match there.
Hollywood Terry in the chat. What up, good brother?
Terry.
Jess, I think this was just changed yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, but the original title defense for the women's belt, which has question marks now because who exactly is the women's champion is apparently a big mess, depending on if you ask Angel, depending on if you ask Logan Pettis. Apparently, Brandon's not getting involved with this. He's leaving it up to his GMs, and they're not on the same page. So right now, Calientita has the RCW women's title.
It's 9 tenths of the law.
It is no longer well, yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm just saying.
It is no longer a one-on-one match, though. She is now teaming up with fellow Chola Ridley Thorne, a.k.a. Big Red, and they will be taking on the team of the Phoenix champion, Emmy Camacho, and Key Vibes. Originally, it was going to be a title match against Key Vibes, but perhaps they're afraid of chaos if someone else wins that title when there's still question marks on it. So they just said, hey, you four, go beat each other up. And those four have no love lost for each other.
None whatsoever.
They're going to beat the crap out of each other. So recently interviewed on the Geekcast, but not the WrestleCast, the Megalodon Don Juan, who is apparently in the
He's the worst.
Who is apparently in the midst of a campaign to make wrestling great again by removing.
I hate him so much.
However, he has taken on Epidemius Jr. in J-Wave's hair versus Epidemius's mask. So notice it's not Don Juan's hair on the line.
I did notice that.
It is J-Wave.
So nothing of value will be lost if Epidemius wins.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Nothing of
But that is a hair versus mask, just not the competitor's match.
Yeah.
The coach, Chris Marvel, asked for some competition at RCW, and he got it in the form of, let's conservatively say, 400-pound plus Angel Camacho. The man
on a good day.
Yeah. So
I demand competition. We will give you a literal walking tank. I demand less competition.
Yeah, no kidding. So good luck, coach. Maybe we should have gotten that Texas Streets interview before this because I don't know if Marvel's going to be around after this match, but we'll find out.
Marvel's going to get squashed like a bug. So what y'all eating for dinner?
Wow. And then this was announced earlier today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Von Erichs, who are the RCW Tag Team Champions, are not going to be able to make it the show. It does appear to have to do with their continued obligations with AEW now and ROH. However, there is a 3-team number 1 contenders match, which the ring better beware. It is the River City Kingdom, Rob Love and Studstash versus Overkill, Jay Alexander and Ed Stone, and the Pillars of Destiny, RCW's favorites. What are their names again, Tommy? It just went out of my head.
Hunter and Titan.
Hunter and Titan, thank you. So a number 1 contenders match. Interesting to point out that 1 or 2 shows ago, the Flocking Brawlers beat the Pillars, but the Flocking Brawlers are involved in other matches, so not sure what's going on with that. Before the championship match, there was also, one more match before the championship match. So because Casey's going after the Future Legends title, Brandon Weiss is teaming up with David Kidd to take on Nastico's new clients, Fly Death. Which
I love
Tommy,
Fly Death. I just hate Nastico.
Right. That seems to be a very popular thing with Nastico and his clients, unfortunately. But
Fly Death, those are my boys, man.
If you've been to BOW, at least for us here locally, they're an amazing tag team. They kill it. David Kidd's been going through, do we want to call it puberty? I don't know. He's having some attitude changes.
Soon he will be David Teenager.
Apparently, he's being very moody, so be careful, Brandon Weiss. You're a good tag team wrestler, but don't know about Kidd. And then,
sweet Lord, heaven help us. We have to do a David college student because, man.
And then, as JC, and as we've alluded to several times, the 7-foot face of fear RCW champion Bo Amir is taking on a TNA superstar. We don't know who. They just said someone has stepped up, but they haven't named them. So if you want to find out, I believe there are still some tickets available for Sunday night. JC, do you have the info for when that starts, or do you want me to share it?
I don't have it up here. Go ahead and share it. But
since it's Sunday night, they're going back to the 5 o'clock show because it's not summer. So show starts at 5, doors open at 4. Should be Kid going emo on us, yeah.
David Emo! Yes, I want that. I'll take him to Hot Topic. I don't have to get him.
He needs to be able to grow the hair out long enough to roll, to go over his eyes. So.
No, not necessarily. Because the thing is with emo, if you just dye it black and start wearing eyeliner, same thing.
Fair, that's fair. But yeah, so Bo Amir versus a TNA superstar. A lot of thoughts on who that could be.
Rosemary. Sorry.
I believe earlier this year, Bo Amir and Moose took place somewhere up in Dallas, and maybe MPX or one of those. PCO would be great.
Oh my God, yes!
Someone like a Hammerstone would be fun. Just a lot of possibilities all over that card. I mean, even if the champ himself wants to show up, assuming he's still the champ, and say, hey, let's go, title for title.
Yep.
A lot of possibilities there.
It's Moose, and he's in a bad mood if he loses at Victory Road.
Or Moose in a bad...
I'm taking it out on you.
Yeah, and not many people can say they can take it out on Bo Amir, but Moose is one of them.
Moose is one of them, though.
Oh, God, Sean and Terry, both of your comments. Yeah, David Kidd as a AJ Styles loner would be kind of fun, but Sean, he seems to be
Also, I love Jason's comment of why Fly Death, why?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need any help you can to get into the place you want to be, and
Oh,
TWC in Corpus. There you go.
That's
I thought it was in Dallas, but maybe you're right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Tommy Dreamer, that would be fun.
I wouldn't mind that at all.
I mean, Nastigo getting beat up with kendo sticks, please. I'm in.
And then Tommy Dreamer can hit him. Oh, sorry. What were we talking about?
So, yeah, potentially, if you've got it and you got tickets, one hell of a wrestling weekend coming up.
Oh, dude, so much.
Friday through Sunday. So, so again, that is this Sunday, September 15th, 5 p.m. Central.
Sean,
at the
don't
Good
do that.
Shepherd Lutheran Church.
Sean, don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Dude, oh my God. Can you imagine?
Doors open at 4, like we said.
Yeah.
Joe Hendry.
Don't do that to me.
That place would go nuts.
Don't do that to me, because that's all I want.
Oh man.
Don't do that.
That'd be insane. It would be insane for sure. All right, with that, we'll move into our 1-minute warning segment here. For those that are watching the show, catching up on us, joining us for the giveaway, I hope you'll continue to watch. But this is the part of the show where we spend a minute each and talk about pretty much whatever we want to talk about here.
Oh, I'd be happy with that too, Sean. Sorry.
Mike, you got anything this week?
Kind of.
Okay. Whenever you're ready, sir. Go for it.
So I kind of alluded to this earlier, and I haven't seen... Well, I've seen the clips of it happening. I haven't watched Dynamite. This Moxley turn looks awesome. Because, again, the promo that I saw at the beginning with Moxley, it is Moxley at his best. I know Claudio is going to be good at whatever he does because he's Claudio. I kind of hate to see this, but what really kills me is someone on TikTok, like literally by Monday, had made an edit Because if you watch the clip from All Out, Pac is not even really like putting a lot of effort into holding Yuta back, because Yuta's trying to get to Bryan Danielson, but he's just holding him. And then at some point, Claudio just goes and pushes him in the head. And then someone made a TikTok edit of all the times they like high five and elbow bump in the matches, and basically making it look like Claudio was his older brother. So that's got me in my feels. But honestly, the potential of Yuta coming out of this better in the way Daniel Garcia is kind of coming out of the MJF stuff, it's there if AEW pulls it off and makes it right. So kind of hoping for that.
I think they will. I feel like the one reason Yuta didn't get something like this sooner is because of that injury he had that took him out for so long.
Yeah, and we talked about it too real briefly. Him getting into BCC was a great storyline.
Yeah.
Kind of leaving the best friends and all that, and he did really good. He was ROH Pure Champion for a while. The injury did hold him back a little bit, and then also Bryan Danielson and Moxley sometimes were like, they created Blackpool Combat Club, and then they would kind of go off and be having these separate feuds. So, but I feel like this may be something to be that next level of ascension for Yuta. And by the way, if you haven't seen the show before, we call it a 1 minute warning, but a lot of times we go way over 1 minute.
Yeah, it just happens that way. Tommy, you got something this week?
Yeah, it'd be kind of quick.
Okay, go for it.
That's what I say. No, I just after what happened today, I realized this has been one of the craziest years of my life with the people I've gotten to interview and talk to. Really, honestly, when all this stuff started, I legitimately thought this would be all JC and even Mike getting these interviews and everything. But I mean, of course, last year the MJF and Jay Cargill thing, I swore that was going to be okay. That's a one-off thing. I'll probably never get to do it again. Since May, I've had Thunder Rosa and Rikishi, I've had Mick Foley and Lita, and today I got Laredo Kid, Moose, and Nick Neville. None of this would have happened without this show. None of this would have happened without Countdown City Geeks. None of this would have happened without all these amazing people I have around me. So thank you to Ted. Thank you to JC for bringing me on. Thanks to Mike for everything. Thanks to Jason as well for helping us out whenever he can. Just thanks to Countdown City Geeks and everyone. Has been this summer for me has been crazy. From May to today has been an insane summer, and I couldn't be more grateful. I really appreciate it.
Amazing.
JC, I have a little bit of news before you do yours.
All right, go for it. What you got?
So I just got a message, if you're still in the chat. Unfortunately, it looks like Angel is not going to be able to utilize the tickets for Saturday.
Uh-oh.
So there's another pair available, and I still have the wheel up.
Share your screen, man.
So if y'all are still in there, even if you jumped out, we may message you.
Yeah.
This kind of came out of nowhere. So one more time, there's another pair of tickets up. Let's see what's going on.
One more time.
Sorry to Angel, but thanks for messaging me to let me know. So someone else has a chance with these.
For the record, JC, I say one more time for the March of Dimes in my head way too many times.
Toy the Ball Comedy Podcast. You now have 2 tickets.
See if he's still in there. I hope he's still there.
If not, we'll have to find him.
Okay.
Yeah. He's on YouTube, so we can probably hit him up.
So sorry, Angel, but thanks for letting us know. We always appreciate you. You're a friend of the WrestleCast always. But yeah, so now Toilet Bowl, you got those tickets. We'll try to message you if you're not in here. Yeah. No, don't apologize.
Yeah, Angel, don't worry about it. It's all good.
You're hyped about it, and we get that, and then stuff happens. So, there you go. Hey, he's back in. So,
there he is.
So we'll message you, or we'll get some messages going. And again, either tomorrow evening or Friday evening, I can meet y'all. These are for Saturday night. So there we go.
Yeah, if it's easier, you could like Mike said, send us a message on Instagram or our Facebook page, Count City WrestleCast, and we can get you going there. So
either one. So, yeah.
I want to, for mine, share a post from my all-time favorites. And yes, she was the liner for the show, as she's most of the time. But this is something Gail Kim posted in regards to San Antonio. Hey, y'all, TNA Wrestling is coming to San Antonio September 13th, 14th in the next few weeks. The last time we were in San Antonio was Lockdown 2013. Yes, I was there. It was one of the most memorable crowds I was lucky to experience in TNA. Too bad I got screwed with a cheating ref and got assaulted by both Taryn and Velvet to defeat me. Hope no one will have to deal with the shenanigans I had to back then. Come be a part of TNA Impact Wrestling. I want to echo this by saying when Tina and I went to a taping of Restaurant Impossible, which was in San Antonio. God, this was in 2014, October. We went. We loved the show. We watched it like religiously and knew they were taping. We got a reservation. And yeah, lo and behold, Gail Kim was there. Obviously, her husband is Robert Irvine, who hosts that show. Got to talk with her, got a picture with both of them, and talked about how big wrestling fans we were. Talked about, because after lockdown, we went to the hotel, got to meet her, got to take a picture with her. And just mentioned it was the third time because I'd met her before Victory Road in Houston. Thank you, Hernandez, for those tickets, by the way. And I mentioned we went to lockdown, and she was just, her eyes instantly lit up like, oh my God, that was the best crowd I've ever wrestled in front of. So it still holds true, San Antonio. Be proud of something that a Hall of Fame wrestler remembers you. Of all the places Gail has wrestled, that most wrestlers that, hell, Nick Nemeth even mentioned on the interview with Tommy briefly that we saw, we're a big wrestling town.
Yeah.
If you're going to be there, show up, show out, be loud, go crazy. When it comes to town, go nuts, because these companies will want to come back.
Yep.
And TNA is back on the up and up with everything going on. They're doing so well. And this, the layout that I've seen for the Tech Sport, the Boeing Center Tech Sport Arena looks amazing. So come check it out. And it's going to be a hell of a crowd. I know the wrestlers that are from TNA maybe haven't wrestled here before. Show them what you're made of. Show them why this is such a big wrestling town.
Yeah.
By the way, my favorite comment on this post, first one, I was a witness. Most of us in the state refer to it as the Riverwalk screw job. You know, I don't know if I called that before, but I definitely do now. I was so mad that night because I really wanted Gail to win. So, yeah.
And Ted, I see you in the chat. Are you talking about you were at Lockdown all those years ago?
In 2013?
That's crazy. Like
in the Alamo Dome, by the way. Only used half
Yeah.
the Alamo Dome, but man, it was loud. It was nuts.
Yeah,
And-
I like when the Ace and Ace reveal, because Terry mentioned it in the chat too. When that reveal happened, the crowd came unglued. We all lost our minds.
Dude, and you want to talk about a hell of a reveal. Bully Ray being the president of Aces and Eights, screwing over Hogan.
And that one moment was all perfect.
Yes, it was. Hell, even the promo on Thursday laying out how they did it. And then it was like, oh my God, TNA's back. You know, but man, it's why Lockdown is part of the reason why Lockdown has always been one of my favorites. It's part of the reason why Lockdown has been one of my favorite pay-per-views. Yeah.
How many of us were at? Okay, and so
Toilet Bowl apparently got yelled at the meet and greets.
How many of us were there that night? Oh my God!
Apparently, 2015 TNA Lockdown at the Dome.
2013.
Like 2013. Sorry, was a like an anchor event for San Antonio wrestling. Like, apparently, everyone was there.
What? It's a canon event. It's a canon event.
Oh, Ted, Restaurant Impossible. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say
the Knife and Fork Gastro pub. I think is what it's called.
I have floor seats too. I can't remember how I got them, but I have floor seats.
That's crazy.
Too.
Yeah.
And that's one I didn't go to, of all things. I do remember that.
Wow.
Yeah, Tina and I went. We went with friends. Gabe, all my 5150 Mafia boys were there. Yeah. I remember texting Hernandez. And he's like, "Here's a hotel." We went there and just met everybody afterward. It was so much fun. So
Angel, you're not helping us.
That's
right
fair,
now.
Angel. But you know.
Yeah, but you're not helping us right now.
Just amazing. That was a hell of a night. Seeing Lethal Lockdown live. The only thing that's funny about Lethal Lockdown is they actually had to carry the weapons to the match. When Sting came out, I think he brought the weapons with him because the top of the cage malfunctioned when they were trying to set it before the show, so they couldn't bring it down. Yeah. So they had to improvise. So
Bernsey, I'm there with you. I loved Abyss. JC will tell you.
Abyss. We met Abyss, Victory Road 07?
07,
I think it was 07 in Houston.
It was the one in Houston, yeah.
Yeah, he's the nicest guy. It was so cool. Yeah. He really is.
I met Abyss the same weekend I met Moose when we were in Dallas for WrestleMania at the WrestleCon.
Yeah, Oh my God, she went there.
That's not Callie. That is Angel, our friend.
That is not.
No, but that's Kelly's favorite disciple. Angel?
But she's also an Izzy BFF, so I mean, she's a complicated person.
She's a great Jedi. But Angel, I'm gonna need you to knock it off, kid.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
I got you though. I got you. I'm gonna remember that little comment.
TNA Victory Road. Let me put the other graphic on. It looks nicer. Friday, September 13th at the Boeing Center at Techport Arena in San Antonio. Tickets available at etix.com, etix.com. And it's available. This one is exclusively on TNA Plus. The next day, the Impact tapings are taking place. I mentioned that starts at 6:30. Also at the Boeing Center at Techport. If you didn't win tickets with us, again, go check it out on the etix.com. And then, of course, RCW, GO RCW GO. I don't have the graphics. Sorry. It's Sunday. Take my word for it. Sunday, 5 o'clock p.m. at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. That should also be available on Title Match Network as well. Doors opening at 4 o'clock. I don't know if there's any tickets left. They might already be sold out. I'm not sure. But they only have the standing room only, so get there early. Yeah. So.
Oh, sorry.
You know what, Angel? Okay, you know what? Okay, cool. I got you.
As for us, next week we'll recap Victory Road. We'll recap everything that happened this past weekend. And then we are going to have a discussion of the PWI 500. Yes, that magical list that comes out once a year has come out.
That doesn't cause any kind of controversy whatsoever.
No, but I don't think anybody's going to argue. I don't think anybody's going to argue with who number one is. Does everybody know who number one is?
I mean, Claudio deserved it. I think he's had a pretty good year.
I think so, Bray. But how did Toriano win that many matches?
That is a travesty. No, I'll just mention the top 10 right now. Cody Rhodes number 1.
That's fair.
Swerve Strickland number 2. Will Ospreay number 3. Seth Rollins 4. Tetsuya Naito 5. Damian Priest 6. MJF 7. John Moxley 8. Gunther at 9 and Mystico at 10.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and admit this. I'm kind of surprised Gunther's that low.
Yep.
No offense. I mean, that seems kind of low. But okay, we'll talk about it.
We'll have a lot to talk about. We'll kind of break down the whole list. And by the way, shout out Dylan Dunbar. Oh my God. He hilariously photoshopped his own entry.
I almost thought that was real. I'm not even kidding.
I missed it. When was this?
Go to his Facebook page if you're friends with him. He did like a quick graphic of his entry into a PWI 500. He put himself as 42, but his description is hilarious. Go check it out. It's so funny. It really is.
For like a brief second, I thought that was real. I'm not even gonna pretend like I didn't get fooled on that. I was like, "What the hell is that?" I was like, "Oh my God, he got me. He legit got me."
So hilarious. So yeah, we're gonna.
And you know why I missed the number that he was? I didn't see the number right away. I just saw like the picture and like something hit the screen. I was like, "What the hell? What is going on?" I was like, "Oh my God, this idiot." That was good. That was really
good.
Go
check it out. I commented on there. I said definitely too low. Should have been top 15. But yeah, so he said there's always next year. Anyway, thank you again, everybody, for joining us on this week's episode of the WrestleCast. So much fun. Come check us out. If it's your first time checking us out, we just like to have fun. You'll see us at wrestling shows around town and everything like that. So over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. As always, heels and baby faces. Remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Boom.
Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy Victory Road. We'll see you next week.
Adios, Gunther.